I'm David Miller with McCulloch Miller. McCulloch Miller is an estate planning and probate firm in Houston, Texas. At McCulloch Miller, our attorneys have a combined over 50 years of experience in estate planning and probate. One of the most common questions that I get from an estate planning perspective is, should I do a will or should I do a trust? And it's a very good question. In Texas, a will would have to go through probate. Now, Texas has a very good probate process, and so it's fairly streamlined and administrative. So probating a will is not that big of a deal, right? But still, there are times when you do not want to rely on a will and instead would want to rely on a trust. Obviously, if you have substantial assets and you're worried about tax planning, you're going to be using a trust. But there's other times you might want it as well. For instance, if you have, say, a second home or a vacation home outside the state of Texas, you're definitely going to want to use a trust. Otherwise, you might get stuck doing probates in two different states, one in Texas where you live and another ancillary probate in the state where you have other real property. Also, it can be important to do a trust if you have, say, an LLC that you operate or a company. If you don't have a trust and that company has bank accounts with a bank and the bank finds out you've passed away, they might very well freeze those accounts pending the probate process. This can be very damaging and can have a huge impact on the company after someone's passing. By putting that into a trust, you can seamlessly pass ownership from the original person to the next beneficiary without having to worry about the probate process and without having to worry about having a gap in the management of the business. Other reasons you might want to have a trust is, say, maybe minors are going to be inheriting substantial sums and you don't want that to be public record. Maybe you just want to avoid the pain of the probate process altogether. Maybe we have to do some additional planning that would be easier to do through a trust, for instance, for beneficiaries that might need, say, a spendthrift trust or a supplemental needs trust. Also, trusts can be a little more difficult to contest rather than a will. So there's many different reasons you might want to look at a trust. To decide whether or not a trust or a will is appropriate for you, you should talk to an estate planner and let them know what your needs are, what your concerns are, what your priorities are, and they can walk you through whether a will or a trust would be a better option for you.